Hello, dear friends. Welcome to the new course on the HyperMill. We'll start to introduce a new topic on the HyperMill, the software. So, this is the first lesson that we will discuss for the today, and this is the just introduction for the HyperMill, and we will discuss what is the in the general what is the general the HyperMill is the why do we need use this software, and what is the benefits of to use this software, and we will discuss the introduction, the interface of the software of the HyperMill. So that the HyperMill is the software that's intended for the CAD and CAM, means that for the computer aided design, and for the computer aided manufacturing. It is this is the software of the company is the OpenMind. The Using the HyperMill, we can create our models, three-dimensional models of our workpiece. So then we can use the several features and some elements of the defaults of the model, and create the machining operation that helps us to simulate of the machining operations like the milling and the drilling as shown here. So we can simulate the 2.5 dimensional milling operations for the drilling operations as well, and as well as we can create simulate three-dimensional milling operations with the high precision machining, and as well as we can create we can simulate high number of the axes of the milling operation, like the 4 and 5 axes as shown in the last picture. And then as well as we can make simulation as well for the turning operations of the using the HyperMill. So we can operate like a roughing operation, several turning operations like the finishing, the growing, and so on. We can do several operations using the HyperMill that help us to make the real simulation of the machining operation before going to the CNC machines. So in general, this tool, that means the software HyperMill, gives us the what is the call it, the G code that will help us to control the CNC machine. So it will be speed up over this our the product life cycle. So it will increase the productivity. So we can simulate the process. So this is the what is the general some introduction of the HyperMill. Now let's go to the open our software. So and then we will discuss about the interface of the HyperMill. So here in the desktop, this is the icon of the HyperMill. If you double click for this icon, the software will be the open. So and this is just the initial interface that will be faced for the in the HyperMill. So in this tutorial we will use the version of the 2018.1 version of the HyperMill. So the other versions, the older or the newer versions, this interface will be almost the same with some few changes, that don't worry about it. So and as soon as you will open the HyperMill, so you will face in the top here the group of the functions like the file, edit, select, drafting, course, and so on. So for the beginning, in order to initiate the new project, that you will open here the file, and as soon as you will see here that to create the new, that is creating the new file and so on, the same as for the other the softwares in general, that you will see here the function is the open. It means that You can open the previously performed operations using the HyperMill or with other softwares and so on. Also, what is important here, you see some list of the recently used the files. Like in this case, the Model 1 and face milling. This is the recently used the files by the HyperMill, and you can open them here, just right here. But now we will do with another options. We will just open the file. In this case, I would like to open the CAD model, three-dimensional model. Here, there's the click in the open. In this case, if I open the click here, I will direct it to the another window like this. And here, I have to select the model for the converting to the inserting the model to the HyperMill environment. Here, there is no any model here, but here, if you see open here, you have here the several the file formats that's available for the HyperMill tab, starting from the cat. Yeah, that's the several, for example, itself, the HyperMill, the card models. Also, we can see the some pictures models, that's and so on. Also, we can see there is the Siemens NX model can be obtained, operated, open the SolidWorks, step, STL files, and so on. There is several options that we can convert that models into the HyperMill CAM operation. In this case, that I will select here the step, which is the I advanced created the model using the NX and converted it to the step model here, this one. So I will select this one and just click here the open, and my model, the three-dimensional model, which is created in the Siemens NX, will be the opened here. And here you have to select the allow this frames and just press OK. So this is the model. I will show here just by the rotating here and making some zoom operations and so on. This is the model, and this is the is converted to the here in the HyperMill. So let's go on to study here some options of this interface of the HyperMill. This is the interface that's for the HyperMill. So by the right clicking of the mouse here, you see, and holding it, that the icon is created, this icon. And if you rotate the mouse, the workspace will be rotated like this. This is the first option. Also, if you roll the mouse so toward to the screen, it will be zoom out. If you roll the mouse roller by yourself, so it will be zoom in. So this is the third option. So also, if you hold the roller of the mouse, you see this icon is created, and you can just move the workspace like this. This is the three options to work with the mouse. So right click, or just rolling the roller, or just holding this roller. So this is the three options that you can locate the workspace in the proper position, so using the mouse. And here in the top, let's start to see some functions related for the HyperMill. For the beginning here, there is the first, this is the pan to zoom rotate. So it means that it is the same what we have done here. If you click here, you say this icon is created. This is the icon which is the we use it using the mouse in the right clicking. So in this case, you will not just uh, click the mouse. Just if you can use this icon, pan, zoom, rotate. In this case, you will just rotate this the workspace. So and not the pressing the right click of the mouse. And if you right click here, you will here to see the exit, and just you will exit from this function. Now you are in the in the standard option. So next one is the here. the pen. So in this case, you will use the pen using just a line here, and it will be penned using the line here. So this is the second option. Here the third option, zoom window. It's called the zoom window. In the zoom window, so you will just zoom out, zoom in some specific point. For example, if you'd like to make the zoom here, this circle. Now zoom is the here is clicked, it's selected, and you will just select this area like this, just left clicking and holding and moving your mouse, and just here is to press again, and you see this point will be the zoom in your the screen. So this is the just making the zoom. Now I will go back here. So next one is just fit. For example, if you make some movement like this, and if you press the fit function here, so the old workspace will be fitted directly to the screen and will be the zoomed. So this is the very useful tool. And just it is the here the refresh. So here we have the toggle projection. If you select here the toggle projection, so it will be the projected like this. So the your workspace will be illustrated like this. Now we will, if you select it is the one more again, it will be returned to the initial position. Here the zoom entities, this is the same as what we seen here the as a zoom. So if you press some point, so it will be zoomed here, zoomed, and any time, so we can zoom in here. So yeah, by the right clicking again, you can exit from this zoom entity. So it is the go to the initial position. So this is the how to relate with these functions with this one. So now let's go see the another options which is illustrated here in the toolbar. So for the beginning, let's discuss these options here. And here we have the some view. We can demonstrate some views for the workpiece. For example, this one is the, if you click here, you will see the workpiece from the top view. For example, I click here, so you see the top view of my workpiece. Here you see the some view from the front view. This is the front view, and this is the left view. So on, you can change the any dimension, any view. For example, right view. Here the, I think the back view, that's the backward view, and the bottom view here, here the bottom view, and so on. So this is the views that is the used for the demonstrating our the workpiece. So this is the these options. Next is the to make some view related with the isometric view. So work plane view, that's the isometric view. Here some views from the this side, you can see from the this side and this side. So you see several options for the our the workspace. This is the used in the case of the isometric views like this and so on. So next is to view in the several options like the here the wireframe, there's the shaded view and so on. Let's see what is the meaning of this view. So wireframe, if I click here, you see how the workpiece will be illustrated in the form of the wireframe. So you see only the frames is illustrated here, just the frames, also the frame of the holes you see illustrated. Next one is the mostly used. This is shaded view. The here is the view is used without any edges, and here the next is the same as the shaded view, but with the demonstrating it is the edge of the system. Next one is here the to call it the shaded and the edge. So it is the, you see the dash lines is illustrated. This is the invisible lines will be illustrated in the form of the dash line in this case. So here the this view, that's the call it is the edge view. Only the edge is the illustrated of the system. Here the one more option, this in the edge view we will add the dash lines. In this case you see the dash lines invisible lines is illustrated in the form of the dash line, and the last form is this one, which is the colored this view. So they here in this form. So mostly used the form is the here. Sorry, this one with the edges. So the shaded with the edge. So mostly use this one. We can use all in the some cases that we can just change the views in order to operate with the workpiece. So this is the main the toolbars here. Also here we have see some letters like the form of the H. So it is the called the hide function. So here the toolbar. So here you see the here the first one is the hide. That we can hide any face from our the workpiece in order to see the what is the inside of the workpiece. For example, if you select this hide, so it is the active, and if I select for example this face, you see it is the hide, and we can see what is the inside of this workpiece. So what the kind of the features is the located inside of this workpiece. And next one is the here the unhide. It means if I select this one, so this will be illustrated. It means that it is the previously selected face will be illustrated for us. So this is the how we see which kind of surface is the hided. Next one, if I select this one, if I and then select this face, it will itself will be hidden. So, and next one is if I select the show only this one, so our the initial workpiece will be illustrated again. So this is the this how is the function is the created like this hide function. So this is the call it is a toolbar. The toolbar, the interface of the HyperMill. So we can make some settings for this toolbar. How we can make some settings? For example, if you bring your the mouse in the toolbar, and if you click the right click, you see there is several options that is the groups related for the toolbar, starting from the cut tools, the coordinates, hypermail, and so on. And if you noted that here there is the some toolbars is the ticket like this. You see here this one and here. This means that this toolbar is activated and illustrated here. There's this ones. For example, here you see the view toolbar is activated. If I click this one, it will be disactivated. You see the view toolbar is disappeared from the bar. So I will right click here and again activate it. This is the visibility toolbar here. This one or I mean the not this one, I mean the view toolbar. So this one, so it is activated. I mean this one. So this is the how is obtained this toolbar, the setting of the toolbar, and according your the preference, you can add any toolbar here. You see here the this is the cut toolbars, the drafting the toolbars, and the course toolbars and so on. What is the important for our the cases here? The hypermail the toolbar is important for us. So this hypermail toolbar is used in order to generate the CAM operation. So it is illustrated here. You see here the what is the code? This is the hyper toolbar. You can move it in locate it any position, but it will be better to see here that put here in the left side of the screen, and there is several tools here in order to generate the operation. So create the operation that can make simulation for the hypermesh. So this is the important. So it should be activated here and you can make some settings for the interface, and you can add some useful toolbars in order to make some operations here. Just right click and for example we can add the model toolbar. So you see here, if I select here the model toolbar, it is activated, and here the model toolbar is created here. Here the model toolbar is created. Let me uh, move it here. The here model toolbar, you can locate it here. on the right side. So this is the color here, the model toolbar. In the model toolbar here, you see the history of the workspace, which is illustrated in the middle. So here it shows that what kind of features it is the composite of the workspace from the face cylinder. Then if you select it, it will be demonstrated on the system. So this is the model toolbar. So you can bring it here, just clicking it one and drop here, and just okay, not here, just a moment. Now it's okay. Here the model toolbar, and here you see in the left side of the corner, in the bottom is the model and the HyperMill and the coordinates. The coordinate systems operated here. You can change any to. You can go to the any that's any toolbar. In this case, I will keep here the HyperMill. So you can add another toolbars, which is the uh, important for our cases. For example, the visibility toolbar. In here, you see visibility toolbar is added. I can show here. You see it is the visibility toolbar. Let's put here for the beginning here and discuss what is the visibility toolbar. In the visibility toolbar, it shows us the information about the visibility of the workpiece. I mean that this workpiece. So here, what does it mean? Here you see some colors. So here the some colors you see, and you see the colors. Uh, just a moment. Here the colors you see, and it means that for example, yellow color, it means that eight elements here, you see this whole is composed by the eight yellow color. And for example, the 130 element composed by this kind of the color, that's the light blue, and the 26 color, that's the element is composed, the CAD model is composed by this dark blue. So this is the how is the system is the this demonstrates the visibility of the system. And here in the in the in the system we see that the layer, it means that 164 elements is here in the system. So it can be the faces, the whole feature, some chamfers, fillets, and so on. The same here, the 164. So this gives the information about the element. So it is the visibility information that will give the system. So you can again move it here. Just it will be better to locate all the systems in the same position here. You see the visibility is added, the model, hypermill, and the coordinate. So this is the important tools, that is the toolbars, in order to make the setting for the initial setting for the hypermill. So in order to make some operation. So the same way you can add the other toolbars which will be needed for you. Step by step you can add, and sometimes uh, you can just deselect and just remove from the interface of the hypermail. So this is the just fill with the introduction for the system, for the interface. And for the next time we will see how to create the initiate the model, is the CAM model, using this toolbar hypermill. Mostly we will use the hypermill. So we will start to see how to create the initiate the model using this groups inside of the hypermill. It is composed by the tools, frames, the models, features, macros, and jobs. We will start to see the jobs, for example, here. So in this case, that this is the first lesson, so we can finish. And thank you for the attendance. and subscribe to my the channel, and in order to give the more information about the hyperman and other solutions for the softwares. So see you on the next lessons.